All right. AstroPub just posted a video. I have no idea what to think about this. My chat's telling me he knows the dates for Squadron 42 or something. I know Active posted a video, something about it being at Summer Game Fest. I haven't watched that video yet. I just know that they're that's what the thumbnail and title says. The title of this video is I've been talking to Squadron 42 developers. What the heck? It's only a few hours old, but and normally I wait to react to videos, post them on YouTube and stuff, but like if he has information on like when Squadron, it's been 14 years. Like we all need to be talking about this. I need to hear what he has to say. So, what the heck is going on? Here we go. What is going on here?
It's me, the Dark Horse of Star Citizen. And this is a capsule, a small segment of my office hours live stream that I do on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, here on twitch.tv/theastropub, youtube.com/theastropub live. We'd love to have you join us live.
Also, if you guys haven't caught Astro, I would watch back. I don't know if he's turned them into videos or not. I would watch back. He doesn't know, but I've been lurking his live stream for the entire Invictus/Drake Defense Con week, where he would go over the lore of all the stuff, and I would just have it in the background, kind of listening to all the lore that he knows. It's so awesome.
As we talk about Star Citizen lore news and more, today is an interesting one. This is going to probably be a little shorter. I'm going to start off the story and explain this is about Squadron 42. And I will also say that CIG has leaked like a sieve. Multiple devs have contacted me over the last year or so just to check up on the game. I could reach out for them every so often, just being like, hey.
Just to check out on the game.
What's going on? How's everything doing?
Oh, so you're reaching out to them. Okay.
And generally speaking, this is the progression of what I have heard.
Okay, so this is already starting off where it's like, I don't know how believable this is, because I've been talking to them over the last, was it year or years, did he just say? Maybe we need to go back and hear that, but.
Of what this is the progression. How's everything doing? Reach out for them every so often, just being like, hey, what's going on? Check up on the game. I could reach out for them every so often, just being like, have contacted me over the last year or so just to check up on the game. I could reach out for them every so often, just being like, hey,
so
what's going on? How's everything doing?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like this is a little tinfoil hatty, but you know, if developers are directly talking to him, it's a different story.
And generally speaking, this is the progression of what I have heard. This is all me talking to people. These people are parts of different teams. They may not know what the other teams are doing. They may not have a full picture. They're from upper management all the way down to the bottom rung. The general...
Damn, whoever the bottom rung guy is that's talking to AstroPub, how the fuck do you feel right now?
Progress of what I have been hearing is that as of last year, they basically, when Chris said they entered polish phase, he was being overly ambitious.
Chris? Overly ambitious? Also, is this fucking news? So, all right. I mean, hey, we're a minute into a 15-minute video. That doesn't fucking make any difference anywhere.
He had stretched his meaning as Chris likes to do. But by the middle of the year, yeah, these are all trust me, bro sources. I do, when I say trust me, bro, I mean,
he's not going to tell who his sources are.
You can take what I say as real. I'll steal another things. You think of these as rumors. They're all lies until they're true. All I am doing is listening to what people have been telling me
What do you get? Like, here's my thing here. What do you gain by telling this to anybody right now? I don't get why now, if they've been talking to you for over a year, why now? He explains that.
And they
Okay,
could be
that's the thing that
wrong.
I'm
They
like,
could be
huh?
plants. I have no idea. I choose to trust these sources because I've gotten to know these people. But I always want to
Views?
like point that out. I am not CIG. The only people at CIG who have this information are CIG. And if they want to come out and tell us that I'm wrong, feel free. I would love to be wrong.
You're talking to CIG developers. That's what you're trying to say. So you are speaking for CIG, for all of us, through you, is essentially what you're trying to say, though. Now, I know he started out with like, well, different people from different teams. Nobody knows what each other's doing because CIG communication and you know, the way they do things are not. Yeah. So I don't know. Again, the people who are calling like tinfoil hat, snake oil, what does he really have to gain here? Because like, how many views is he going to get on this? 20,000, 30,000 maximum? Because that's the like active Star Citizen YouTube watching audience outside of people like Morph who have just like a larger audience themselves. But the most you're really going to get pushed on videos like this is like 30,000. Guys, that's like maybe $100, $200. I mean, like, are we really going to throw away the guys who we talk to from the company, any relationship that we have with the company out the window completely? He's the lore guy. Like, why would you? What's the point of that? What's the point? I don't even get it. Even if Star Citizen is never a game, he's like, that's what I'm thinking is we're just trolling and stirring the pot here. But yeah,
In this case. And no, I'm not going to share my sources because I don't want them to get them fired. Let's put it that way. So Chris was a little overzealous, and I think it was 2023 when we had our last
here's the
Citizen
thing:
Con, was it
is it's fairly easy to guess who his sources are. I have an idea of who they are because of where he lives, about who he's engaged with in the past.
2024. Whenever the prologue was released.
I have an idea of a couple of them. I've been to
2024.
parties.
So at the end of 2024. Because of what was happening at the end of 2024, I got to learn a little bit more about what was like the reason why it's failed and stuff like that. But by middle of 2025, the biggest issues they were having was that the game.
Why do we care about 2025? It's fucking almost the end of 2026. What are we on about? We're almost the middle of 2026.
Would play well for like a mission or two and then implode. So they were having some problems with stability. Though everyone I talked to when I asked them about the game,
polish phase is to fix the stability, no?
they said it was fun. They said the story was, all right. But it wasn't finished. It was sort of playable and you could complete certain things and you could get the vibe of what was going on and things were changing. But they pretty much went radio silent around the end of 2025, end of last year.
Okay.
Beginning of this year, I got a flood of these folks coming in and telling me, okay, like end of February, early March.
Why are they telling
They
you
said,
this?
Internally, we're looking at October. It's basically done. Their definition of beta Chris's definition of beta was really weird. It was like, would you play it from beginning to end sort of thing? Like the definition was described to me. I'm like, that's not beta. And even like the person who was telling me that specific one, they were just like, I don't know, man. I just work here kind of thing. But it had entered some sort of beta state by February, March. And then from there on, it was basically quiet. I mean, they're working. They got other things to do. I'm not going to bother them.
Okay.
I have been anticipating CIG making a release date announcement over the last couple of days. They didn't. So I was like, you know what? Let me collect all of the stuff I know about, try to do my best to make sure my sources aren't burned, and like list a lot of things. Like another thing that I heard sometime after 2024 and into 2025 was that CIG was going to release on Steam. Like Squadron 42 is going to go on Steam. It's going to go on all of these different other platforms. At least that was the plan, according to two different sources. Now, is that still?
Do you guys believe that? I do. Why wouldn't you release on Steam? It would be like Steam has now become a monopoly. 30% cut of what? Again, we talked about this before the video, guys. They don't have margins because their investors have largely been making money this entire time. I heard that rumor as well. Who are these people? Who the fuck are you guys talking to? This is so funny because I talk to people too. I just don't ask Squadron 42 questions, and nobody's coming to me telling me this stuff. But BB randomly hears a rumor. Who the fuck are you talking to? What the hell is going on here? Anyway, Steam takes 30%. Of what though, right? So if you're a developer that has put a lot of time, money, and effort into something, let's use like Level Cap for an example. He's put a lot of money, of his own money, into this stuff, right? Into his game C-Beams. So a 30% cut from Steam, ooh man, that really sucks. And he's got a publisher now too, right? With Hooded Horse. Oh, that's rough. But how many more extra copies are you going to sell? That's number one. Number two, let's not forget, Star Citizen and Squadron 42 have been a crowdfunding game for 14 years. I can't remember, was it 2019, 2020? That the Calders came in, the investors from South Africa, right? And they're in for between 50 and 70 mil. 2019, there you go. They're in for like 50 to 70 mil. It was like 50 early and then 20 more, or 20 and then 50, something like that. They, in the files, like in the British filings or whatever, the UK filings, we have seen that they have been paid either dividends or paid back on their investment with, profit. Not all of the investment, but we have seen that they have been made payment to in the past. So that means even they owe those guys even less, unless there's some sort of new deal, which I have heard rumors about that, but I think they're all just bullshit. I think I probably heard it on some podcast or something where somebody was just making something up, that they get a percentage of ship sales. So these guys have made lots of money already, right? When Squadron 42 comes out, because they don't have a development cost to recoup, it's all profit. Why would you not be on Steam? Who cares if Steam takes a 30% cut? It's all profit. You don't have to hit a certain bar before you make profit. Guys, Chris and Sandy and Aaron are probably going to run for the hills the moment Squadron 42 comes out, because, or at least most of them will retire, if not all of them will retire. I mean, Sean Tracy mentioned Chris retiring on Squadron 42, which probably means that was a Freudian slip or whatever of some kind, where there's this Chris retirement path when he does go to retire, who is going to take over and do certain things. So, that these things probably exist. Yeah, like a combination of Rich and Sean. There's probably going to be like people that take over that position or whatever, right? Guys, they're going to release on, like, this is not a rumor. If they don't release on Steam, they're literally stupid. Okay.
Full plan? I have no idea. I haven't heard it since then.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they pulled the plug on the PU when Squadron 42 releases, and if it does well. But I would also not be surprised if they don't. I think Star Citizen is something Chris really does want to do and build and all that stuff as well. But yeah, like, I'm not saying he's going to retire right away or anything, but I think it's an option. That would be an insane rug pull. I don't think we can sue for it. We've been playing it. You got to remember, we can't sue Ashes of Creation for the same reason.
But since we didn't hear anything else, I decided to pull like a list and put it on social media. Just be like, all right, these are all, fun things. These are all things you can like what I've learned and picked up here and there.
You can take away my spaceship.
Oh, I thought that I muted that one.
You can take away my space.
I was going to say, why doesn't he have
that.
it muted? But there you go. He has the option to, just forgot to. I have that problem too, which reminded me. Thank you, Astropub. I just did the same thing.
We were going to have this conversation on with Squadron on the captain's table. Yes, that is what's going to be. X is going to be there. We have a couple other people there. But so I decided after putting this thread out of all the little details to reach out to the folks again and see how they're doing. Because I did notice that usually CIG goes in cycles where when you start seeing devs posting on.
Okay, so he gave us the history and now we're getting the current news.
Spectrum about things, it means they're like on a break. Usually maybe they're between jobs or something like that, and so they want to reach out. So I figured maybe these guys were on break. Luckily, I caught these folks on break.
He's on Blue Sky. What the fuck is Blue Sky?
Effectively, or they just weren't working at the time when I contacted them. Chatted out with them, talked with them about what's going on.
Liberal Twitter.
They were still somewhat enthusiastic. They were a little concerned. What I heard was there is concerns from some of them about performance at release. And I'm like, well, yeah, October is going to be pretty quick turnaround. So I can imagine to be a little concerned, like crunching like that.
Okay.
And then I mentioned, like October, right? And they all went, no, it's not October. It's 2027. They said a specific date in 2027.
They all went. So multiple people told this guy 2027. I mean, I believe it. This is not an unbelievable thing. This is extremely believable, right? So do I think Astro's lying? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think he's lying. I just don't understand why he's even saying it.
7. I am not going to repeat that date in case it gets them in trouble, but it is delayed, according to them. This is why I say these are rumors. Effectively, these are from sources that I trust, but they could have been confused by what I was talking about.
Why the fuck would they be confused?
All that kind of stuff. I just keep that in mind. So don't shoot the messenger when it comes to this. And CIG does use, at times will use, like false information to catch leakers and stuff like that. They've
okay, then you're literally just making the video fucking leaking. So if they're trying to catch you leaking, you're doing a great job of fucking getting caught. Like, what the fuck is this?
Done that sort of thing before.
They have. In case you guys remember, the Nomad was on the Leaks Discord as a mining ship because they fucking 4D chest the Leaks Discord.
And yes, as Luna Marina is pointing out, Execute was specifically told them that the Drake silhouette that ended up being the Corsair, the newest, the latest one that's like with all of the other, not the Corsair, the Clipper. The Clipper was not a Drake ship, and it turned out to be a Drake ship. So they could just be lying to my face. I don't know.
I mean, they might be. It really comes down to this. It either comes out with a release date of 2027 at Summer's Game Fest, or it comes out with a release date of 2026 at Summer Games Fest, or there comes out with no release date at Summer's Game Fest, and they don't say anything, right? And if they come out with a 2026 one, it's going to be a fucking disaster because of GTA 6. The weird thing that he's not bringing up here, and I hope he does because, I mean, we're only halfway through the video, is Chris was in that Australian news article kind of talking about GTA 6 as competition that they really do have to think about and probably make some decisions about when they release. And if you're going to do something with Squadron, you're not going to push it forward like Baldur's Gate 3 did to avoid Starfield. You're going to push it back, right? So why would it be competition, though? That is, again, I'm sorry, that's such a brain-dead take, man. And I'll explain why. Like, so many people have this take, and it's so fucking brain-dead. A game like Squadron 42 needs to be in the gaming ethos, being spoken about constantly. Everyone needs to be talking about Squadron 42 in order for it to be successful, because they don't have any, in the zeitgeist, because they don't have any traditional marketing. There is no marketing anymore, right? It has to be word of mouth through social media. So if GTA 6 comes out, it doesn't matter if one game is a PC game and one game is a console game. Nobody will be talking about Squadron 42 if people are like 12-year-old kids are banging hookers and doing drugs in GTA 6. I think GTA 5 has been out for so long that people forgot what the media does when parents and kids get involved with the GTA games. It goes insane because it's all about it, like the conversation of IDs when buying games and all those kind of things. Like, they all start coming up. Parents are freaking out. The United States is getting more and more conservative, right, in terms of what's taking over in terms of the way our country is leaning of late, right? More religious, more conservative. So it's going to get even crazier on that standpoint. So guys, nobody is going to be talking about Star Citizen. Nobody. Right? GTA and Star Citizen are not in competition with each other as far as games go. GTA is going to destroy any game that it comes across. No game is in competition with GTA. It doesn't exist, right? And that's why nobody is going to release around that time, because you can't compete. It just doesn't matter. You have no shot.
So that is the story, effectively, is that
how does he keep going?
CIG
for another 15 minutes
is likely going to delay Squadron 42, and they still haven't announced it, which do you find that very weird? Because as of like 3 weeks ago, Jared was still saying Squadron 42 is coming this year. Now,
because Jared is like fully a corporate shill at this point. Like, it's just like not even close. They had a giant ship sale where he wanted to sell somebody a $5,000 ship, dude. If we say Squadron 42 is delayed, that takes all the air out of everyone's sales that's interested in this game, and less people will spend money. Like, you want people going into the sale feeling high, feeling excited, ready to spend money, dude.
Now, I'm not going to go through all of this, but I will pull up another thing which just adds even more confusion.
Okay. Somebody in the chat goes,
member of my Discord.
Somebody in the chat goes, December 31st, 2027, sad.
Spent hours chasing down a rumor that turned out to be true.
Somebody in my Discord.
The guy who's named after the Molina mold was on
Sam Molina is his name.
On a YouTube channel, Twitch channel.
Who has nothing to do with any of this. Maybe he's on Squadron now?
And while the Spanish streamer, was talking about Squadron 42, they were watching a video on Squadron 42, like some of the old trailers and stuff like that, and they were discussing it. He popped on and said this.
Damn, I hope Sam doesn't get in trouble. Sam's cool as fuck. Yo solo digo que este año no me pierdo el Summer Game Fest just in case. Okay.
Now, the translation.
I love how he's in English channel and he sits there and says nothing. Like people in his channel are gonna fucking understand.
That I speak un poco español. That was pulled up through machine translation and my own translation is effectively. I'll just say that I'm not missing Summer Games Fest this year, just in case. You can even say that Summer Games Fest just in case. Now this is, you can look up that name, FUKUY. The underscore beforehand is a Instagram account. This is a Twitch account, and then the X account, the
now I can confirm that's Sam too.
Twitter account is the same name here without the underscores, and it links to the same guy.
Yeah.
It would be weird if there's maybe there's somebody impersonating him, but I'm going to go with this is probably him.
No, it's him.
And because this guy is also a senior dev at CIG, I think for Squadron, or I think for Star Citizen, not said for Squadron, but they're a senior level.
Well, I think he's an engineer, so he's probably doing both.
Dev. They've been around for a while. This is the guy they named Molina Bold after. So to give you that idea.
Yeah, but then people are saying the announcer, like the whatever the guy's name is that does the game shows or whatever, Jeff Keighley or whatever, is talking about Squadron. That's not really meaningful because Squadron hit $1 billion, and that is like gaming news. When is Summer's Game Fest? Good point. In a couple weeks, I think, but I don't know the exact date.
So we likely are going to find out sooner for sure than later, because that sounds like the context for the video that he was watching was Squadron 42. This is a dev in the chat. Devs like to do this. They get a little excited. They talk about these things. So, and I think there was some illusion in the Sandy interview for Variety. I think it was like that's a really weird specific thing that they released just at 1 billion. For that's going to be coming real soon. So we'll have the information real soon. I will say this. I want it to be wrong. I'd love to see Squadron 42 in this year, but I trust.
No, you don't. Why the fuck would you want that?
These sources enough to go.
Like, really? Like, why? Like, let's think of a scenario where this is better for Star Citizen to do it now and not do it next year. I can't think of a reason why it would be good to do it now. Like, GTA is going to have minimum 3 months of just pure control over every gaming narrative.
I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it, but we'll know at Summer Games Fest whether or not. Now, Summer Games Fest, for those you don't know, it's sort of like taking place of E3. It takes place on Friday, June 5th through Tuesday, June 9th.
Oh, that many days.
And there is a live broadcast on Friday, June 5th.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a constant showcase, but that's the they actually even have a schedule. Let me pull it up here so you can take a look. It's hosted by Jeff Keighley. It's happening in 7 days, 20 hours, 11 minutes. The showcase itself is going to start on Friday, June 5th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT, so 4 p.m. for me. And this is the schedule that we know for sure about what's going on. We know
Partner Showcase Community Spotlight. Oh, it's like a huge one. Flagship event, Day of the Devs.
We've got Summer Game Showcase, Partner. Then they've got the flagship event.
Looking up at upcoming indie games. I don't know. Maybe a trailer got made. What do you think?
You've got women-led games, state of play. So it's sort of like an E3 replacement, is what it is. Very similar, but it's like a bigger event. But it's very similar to the games, the Game Awards. So.
Okay.
Now, People in chat are saying, imagine announcing Squadron 42 at SGF and
Mike, I have the clip when Sam wrote that in chat. Do I want it? I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what I'll gain from it.
out now. No, that's not going to happen. I even in the wildest dreams, that's not going to happen.
But you can link it to me for references. I always like to leave references.
I would not put all my eggs in this basket. There is more evidence now that there is going to be at Summer Games Fest, at least an announcement.
Thank you.
But I'm leaning on they're going to announce it and they're going to announce a delay. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, like, guys, they can do a Summer Games Fest announcement and say it's 2027, right? Like,
if that's going to happen, if they're going to do something for October because they're not doing CitizenCon. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, here's probably the best bit. Sandy and Jared at Bar Citizen Rotterdam tomorrow, which is today, which they're probably there right now. And I think we'll probably hear breadcrumbs from them there. Because that's what they do. They, get a little sauce in them and they just start saying shit they probably shouldn't.
Quite honestly.
We'll probably hear
we'll have to wait. We'll know in a week.
Tonight.
We'll know on June 5th, I think. So that's what I have. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. I'm just the bearer of bad.
I mean, I think you might be a bit of an idiot. Like, I'm not sure. Like, here's why I think you're being a bit of an idiot. Why burn Brit? Like, you could potentially have Chris and Sandy and Jared, if Jared matters in this case, Xylo, if Xylo matters in this case, just go, yeah, we're done with you. Right? Like, I've burned that bridge already, and here's what I think is going to happen to me. I obviously don't get the giveaways. Who gives a fuck? Right? Astro doesn't care. He should. He should. And here's why I think he should. You're giving news about Squadron 42. Squadron 42 is a single-player game. How do single-player games promote themselves? By giving their biggest creators or best creators or whatever the game early. Maybe you play it at the same time as people who paid more or whatever, right? So, yeah. We'll have to see.
Bad news in this case. Thank you for watching.
Board Gamer did a vid on this too. I'm imagining he's doing a vid on this vid.
If you did enjoy this, hit that follow button, subscribe for more content, hit the bell.
Paul mentioned apparently CIG got PS dev kits, but he didn't include that in the video. Bro, I think we've known it was going to be possibly on console from 2 years ago when Sandy went at the Chinese Bar Citizen and was like, so what do you guys want to play Squadron 42 on, PC or console? Raise of hand for PC, raise of hand for console. What the fuck kind of question was that? Like, the whole Kickstarter was, I'm a PC game. And so it was like very clear that they had like changed their mind on that.
I'll kind of be notified when these release. I do these on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Would love to have you join us live. Twitch.tv/theastropub, youtube.com/theastropub.
I join live all the time.
We don't just talk about leaks and rumors. We talk about lore. We talk about the latest news.
The lore stuff is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. It is so fucking good to listen to him talk. Paul, I would say I wish I had you as a history teacher.
The latest information.
Maybe I would like it more. Or maybe I'm just older now because I watch history podcasts all the time now.
Together.
So maybe it's just what I'm into.
Watching. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black.
All right. I mean, I don't know why burn this bridge, because I think like that's the potential that you lose is the ability to play the game early. But people in chat were saying he doesn't give a fuck. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. I mean, based, I guess, I don't know. But that's the one thing that I think I would, that I'm going to lose out on from being the way I am. So, because I am like fully blacklisted. Fucking fully blacklisted. But yeah, we'll see. All right, but I got to take that dog out that just walked away. That's what she's basically trying to do, is go to the door. And I don't know what you guys think. Here's my take. They're going to be at Summer Game Fest, but it's going to be a 2027 release. That's my guess. There's no reason to release it in 2026. it makes no sense at all, and they really shouldn't. Or is she tired? Should we leave? Should we end the video? Yeah. Okay, we'll end the video.